Hi, for the recycled treehouse, you're going to need the following things. You're going to want a box. Usually, this is a cake box. The original one that I just showed you was made with a Cheetos box. You can use K-Cups boxes, but you're going to want a cardboard box you can recycle, and you're going to want to open both the top and bottom on that. You're going to need a pencil, some scissors, regular tape and masking tape, and some color paper, and markers, whatever you like to use for color, as much color as you like. Okay, so we're going to get started. Your box, you should have opened both the top and bottom on it. Then next, you're going to want to cut just one of the vertical or up and down sides, or the long side, okay? So I'm cutting, using my scissors, cutting up this long side, and it's gonna give me a nice flat piece of cardboard like this. These big pieces are what's going to be the house part. So I'm going to start thinking about what I would like the front of the house to look like. And I'm going to start on either one of the big panels, either this one or this one. And so I'm going to start by drawing up like this and down like that for the roof. It does not need to be perfect, okay? And then to get that roof kind of positioned in the same place on the back panel, I'm going to cut off just these top tabs up here like that. And then you're not going to be able to do this exactly because of the side panels, but I'm going to line it up. So I brought this front piece over here to this other piece like this, and kind of line it up so that this edge here meets this edge here, okay? Then I'm going to stand it up like this, making sure it stays kind of lined up like that. And I'm just going to draw a line right where that rooftop peak goes on the back, like that, on the back, so that I can see it when I'm drawing here. Again, this is art class. It does not need to be exact, okay? So I'm going to draw approximately. I'm going to see, does it hit about the same? And it does. And I'm going to do the same over here so that it lines up about the same. Then I'm going to kind of come in like this on this side tab. I'm going to cut up the roof line like that. Okay, if it falls off, that's great. I'm going to cut down the other side of the roof across to that panel like this, to the next one, and then go up and down. Okay. Then you're going to really want to kind of think, what do you want your fort to look like? And so up here, I drew a round window, a circle for a round window, and went across like this to separate the roof from the body of the house. Then I drew two windows. And then I put people in them. Okay, you can put yourself, or you can put whatever people you want. Maybe Sonic or one of your other favorite characters from games or things. It does not have to be you. It can be whoever you would like to have in the treehouse with you. All right. So I put myself in one and our cat in the other. Our cats love sitting in the windows. Maybe they might like a treehouse too. Okay. You decide, who do you want? Maybe you'd like to have your younger brother or sister up there with you, okay? Then maybe a friend. Then I'm going to draw the front door to the treehouse like that, with a little window in it. Okay, then for mine, I like to have a little picket fence in the front. So I'm going to draw a zigzag line. And then each of the valleys I'm going to draw down like that and make my fence on the other side like this and draw down like that. Okay, for the door, it can be a little tricky. Please ask a parent first. What I used was a sharp knife, and I just kind of made a little dent in there and rocked it back and forth a bit like that. Please ask a parent or a guardian. Don't try and do this yourself. All right, and I made just enough of a little slit there so that my scissors can fit in. Get rid of that sharp knife as soon as you can, and then you can use your scissors to cut up like that. And I'm going to cut across like this, and I'm going to cut across on the bottom like that. And then you're going to want to gently fold that door open a little bit. You don't want it open too far because you don't want to see the inside of the box. Or maybe you do. It's up to you. Then I'm going to add a window up here like that. And then you can spend as much or as little time as you like adding color to it. Since it's cardboard, if you have paint, you could potentially paint it. You could put a little doorknob on the door like that. And then the next steps are taping, okay? So I'm going to fold my box back together, but you're going to have to rebend those folds because it's actually going to be inside out, okay? You can pretty much do this in any order that you would like, okay? I kind of like to do the bottom first because then it makes the sides easier. I'm going to fold those two little flaps in like that, and this over like this, and that over like that, okay? So it should kind of go back together like your box, okay? Hold everything together. Maybe you can get some help doing this. And actually a good suggestion is to have your masking tape ready before you start trying to fold it. So what that means is I would cut off a couple little pieces and stick them on something, not down, but just stick one of the ends on something so that they are ready for you to use. Okay, then I'm going to refold that box with the side that I just drew on to the outside, put those small tabs in first, okay, and go like that. Then I'm going to pick up my masking tape and I'm going to put it on one side like that, and then on the other side like this, okay, and then that's going to make this side over here much easier to do. So I'm going to take another piece of masking tape about as long as that side is, and glue that side together, or tape that side together like this. Okay, then it's time to think about your ladder and your roof, okay? Because now your house is standing up for you, your door is opening and closing for you. If you would like a ladder, I take a long strip hot dog direction. You can fold it if you're using a bigger piece of paper, and cut a strip about the width of your pinky, okay? It doesn't need to be too wide. And then I start at the top, and I'm going to draw some rectangles, okay? These are going to become the steps of the ladder. These are going to become the open spaces. So I'm going down, all the way down, like this. And then the last one is going to come off the page, and the one up here is going to come off the page like that. And then you just cut those out, okay? So the one on the bottom like this. And then each of the rectangles, it does make it easier if you bend it a little bit like this. Make your first little cut like that. And then that helps you with those rectangles. Cut each one of those out, okay? So the next one, I'm gonna bend a little bit like this, make a little cut in the middle with my scissors, and then it helps me to cut out those rectangles, leaving all of the sides intact, like that, okay? Then your goal is to go all the way up, cutting out those rectangles, and then one of the ends you're going to actually tape to the bottom side of the house when you're done. then what that leaves us with is thinking about our roofs, okay? Our roofs, you're going to want to use at least an 8.5 by 11 printer paper, okay? I like to fold mine in half, hot dog direction or the long skinny direction. Run your finger back and forth. Then I cut it. If you'd like a roof pattern on yours, go ahead and make one. One way to make a roof pattern is to kind of do a brick pattern, and the way to do that is I draw my vertical lines like this first, or up and down lines like this first. Remember, this is a shingle, roof shingle pattern, not a checkerboard, although it doesn't matter. If you do make a checkerboard, that's great too. But for roof shingles, you're going to go across with your little up and down lines. And then remember, when you're making a shingle or a brick pattern, you stagger them. They're not right up and down underneath each other. They're staggered, okay? All right, so move over just a little bit from where the previous line is and make your next line. All right, and then I folded the paper in half so I knew where on the point I wanted it to be, okay? So when you're putting your roof on, right on this point is where that piece is gonna go, okay? And then you can use your tape, or you can use a glue gun if you have one. If you have a glue gun, just put it up and over here and then press that paper down. If you don't have a glue gun, we'll tape one piece on one side, like this, okay, up, over, tape the other piece on the other side, unless you have a glue gun and you can run it across the tops. Okay, and then once you've added your ladder, your treehouse is done, and you are ready to find a tree to go put it in. Thanks.